Just get everything else set up. Hope everyone is having a good time. Okay, there we go. I had to adjust my headphones a little bit, but here we are. Okay. Just want to make sure that I got my stuff in. It's a beautiful day outside where I'm from. Hopefully, it's as beautiful outside for you guys as it is for you guys. So, hope all is well. And also just so what we have potentially 4 games, but probably 3. But we'll see what happens. Let me see. I was gonna say that you're on the. Take a look here. Well, I was gonna say you are on the Lakers, but I hadn't seen you at least when it came to these NBA vids. So, well, I'll have to think of something, but yeah, you were AFK for a while, at least when it came to the NBA stuff. I still have you on Madden, and I still have you on WWE and most other games, but not on this one. Also, hey, Deidre Lewis, what's up? Well, I didn't know. I knew that you were busy, so I couldn't really count on it. But it's okay. But like I said, I still have you on the other games, so that's not a problem. Also, I was having trouble yesterday. Like, it wouldn't even last a minute in here. So there you go. All right. So, but as for the people that are on the Lakers, well, let's find out. All right. So, before I forget, now let me get the two. The only person I can't contact is Josh Brooks, but hopefully he comes in. Of course, he was kept mainly for the fact that he would at least show up more often, but it is what it is. And then the other guy is the man who has unfortunately taken your spot, but I don't want to rub it in any more than it needs to. I don't. But other than that, though, I'm hoping, Cruz, that everything is going well in life. Also, what's up, Darius? Oh, wait, Darius? Did I put you in there? If I didn't, then let's see. Oh, you know what? I haven't asked what team, position, and number you wanted to be on. That I haven't gotten. So no, you're not in this, not yet anyway. So I have to make your character in your case. So. Oh, shoot. I have to get everything else set. But yeah, in this case, I haven't made your character yet. And plus, I just need, like, the team and the position and number. Small forward, number 21. That's a good start. Oh, small forward, or power forward. You know what? We don't have very many power forwards, so I'll make you a power forward just because, we don't have a lot of them. 21. Also, what's up, Joshua? Well, Josh, I'm happy to say that you can just simply relax. Your team is already in the second round. We are just finishing up the first round here. But anyway. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Of course, I have to get my pop-out chat and shit like that, but... Okay, good. Just want to make sure I save this. All right, perfect. Great. All right, so. But it's nice to see Darius as well as Munchie and others. All right, so I let Crimson Ninja know, so now the only thing left to do is to start the game. So let's get to it. Yep. Lakers, Trailblazers, game 2. So this is what we got. All right, so for this, I will go to the Trailblazers. And if I remember correctly, I believe they won it in 78. Yep, they did. They won the championship in 78, so that's the jersey they're going to get. Oh, so you want to be a good defender and not so much a great shooter. Well, we'll see what we can make. Provided I can get the overall to 87, since that's the mark for most of the created players, and of course the Lakers can keep what they have, since that's the same uniform that they had when they won the championship last year. So with that said, we have in the starting position is James Cleghorn, but most people know him better as Crimson Ninja. Okay. So the question is, are the Lakers going to win and move on to the second round, or can the Trailblazers somehow, some way, find a way to force a Game 3 and a fourth game for tonight's slate? Well, of course, now the Lakers and the Celtics have the same number of championships, so you'd be right either way. Man, fans are going nuts here. Of course, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but if the only person you hear is me, then for some reason I can hear it. Well, now I can't hear anything now, but I guess it's basically to protect against copyrights and stuff like that. Anyway, there you see, Anthony Davis. Then you have Mr. Dame Dimes, Damian Lillard. Okay, so yeah, so the reason they do this is to protect against copyright and stuff like that. Now, the Trailblazers, as I mentioned before, they were champions in 1978. Surprisingly, I'm surprised that they haven't been able to win any more. And yet it's one championship more than what Sacramento has brought. So that just instantly makes them a better team just by that reason alone. But But of course, the Blazers have had bad teams. They've had some great teams. And then they've had teams that are somewhere in between. But there you see Damian Lillard. And now, making his debut is one James Cleghorn, number 21. And of course, you also have Carmelo Anthony, Hassan Whiteside. So the Blazers are not starved for star power by any stretch. Well, they had it in 78, as I said. But they haven't won it since. All right, so whoa, what a block there by James Cleghorn, a.k.a. Crimson Ninja. Now to Cousins, then forces the ball. Now Anthony gets it. I mean, this is what you got to do. You got to tighten up your defense, and you got to play at the best that you can possibly be. Lillard with a shot, and it pops in and out. If you're gonna beat LA, you got to make your shots count and hope that they go on a cold streak. And a foul against who else? DeMarcus Cousins. You know, and that's a problem that he always has had. Like, he always gets into foul trouble, and that was always the case when he was in Sacramento. Maybe not so much now, but, you know, it was a problem then. Oh, Davis. Andre Darius. That's my second name. Andre. Like, wait, Andre the Giant? No. Anyway, so now it's a tie game, 2-2. Also, Walter and Chris Clark. So while Walter is just gonna... Well, right now, it's great to see you, Walter. And Chris, we will see more of him in the second round. Andre the Giant. And McCollum gets it. And now Portland takes the lead, 4-2. But again, no lead is safe against the Lakers. Bledsoe, then to James. LBJ. I mean, he does what he always does. He always gets himself and makes himself as many shots as he can possibly create for himself. I mean, he just does that. McCollum, open shot, and he hits it. All right. I know that the eye, is silent, especially when it comes to Andre. Davis, no, misses a mid-range jumper. Like I said, if Portland wins this game, they force a Game 3. Now, I will tell you that from round 2 onwards, it will not take nearly this long. I mean, usually the first round is the longest, but then once you get past that, it's only downhill from there. All right, so everybody's saying hello to each other. That's great. Now Lillard. Then to McCollum, who is the hot hand. Now defended by James Cleghorn. And he hits it again. Well, how many games are in this round? Not sure what you mean. Like, if you're talking about games in a series, then it's a best of 3. But if you're asking me, like, how many games are we going to be broadcasting, then that depends. Yep. I also can't wait for the draft, too. Like, I'll be interested to see who gets you, because, whether you get drafted by Atlanta or some other team, that's going to be something to watch. But for now, we'll see if Atlanta's going to get some help. And, of course, a three-pointer. And Los Angeles gets it. Get me back. Uh, what are you talking about? And of course, LeBron James, slams it down. Get me back with a sub. If you want to, if anyone wants to subscribe to this young man, go for it. But I don't sub for sub. Like I used to when I was younger, but nowadays it's like, it's now if you want me to check it out, I'll check out your channel. But but I mean, it's one thing if like you've been around and then you ask for it. It's like, okay, so I've known you long enough. And Lillard with a long shot and he hits it. Now it's a 2-point game. It's still close. But yeah, I mean, but just to come out of the blue and ask for it, I usually don't, sub back really, but and it's not to, and that's not to simply, piss all over it, but it's just simply, it's just simply the, what's the word I'm trying to say? It's the principle of the matter. And, ooh, nice open look to McCollum, who got himself open. That was a bad defensive assignment there by Josh Brooks, number 15. And, oh, wait a minute. Dame Dimes trying to steal it from Anthony Davis. Bledsoe. And so far, Bledsoe has also been a hot hand, and now Lillard takes it down and forces a bad shot. Oh, yeah, and to Darius, yeah, I was talking about Madden for the next season. But for James and Bledsoe with another shot, and that's going to be Trailblazers ball. Damian L is very good at 3P. Oh, yeah. Ooh! Almost got that one. Oh, yeah, Lillard. Yeah, he's good at three-pointers. But as for when is next season? Well, when the playoffs end. And that's going to be a while, I hate to say. But I will make sure and see to it that you get on the roster by the time we get to the next season. I mean, of course, there are other games too, like WWE and UFC and also baseball and hockey and things like that. I don't want to just focus on one thing. And of course, I can't hear him, so we'll just skip this. All right, so they're going to bring in the benches, and Bledsoe is still out there. Bledsoe was acquired in a trade from Milwaukee, and that's how he ended up on this team. Kuzma misses it, and Nurkic gets it. Then Herzona blocked by McGee. Yeah, the best things in life don't get rushed. That's what I'm going to say. And Damian Lillard with a second personal foul, and one thing he's got to be careful of is not to get himself in foul trouble, especially when, even with a reduced clock, even with like half, even with 6 seconds or 6 minutes a quarter, even with that, he still cannot get into foul trouble. He should not get into foul trouble. Oh, I can't believe WrestleMania is this weekend, and I don't know what to say about it because I haven't watched WWE programming. Anyway, what's up, PPF? Now, Dame Dime's trying to go. Ooh, almost got himself an and one, but he'll have to go to the line for two. Yes, so far so good, but the worst thing that the Lakers could do is take their foot off the gas. That would be the worst thing. I I can tell you Abbott WrestleMania. What's Abbott? Okay. About WrestleMania. The only thing I know is that Logan Paul is apparently going to have some sort of involvement with WrestleMania. And the only other thing I know is that it will take the place of 2 days, or 2 nights, I should say. I'm happy that they, went to the night 1, night 2 system as opposed to doing it all in one night. And having a 7, 6, 7, 8 hour show, it's like ridiculous, really. And Ariza, nice anticipation there by, I believe that was Kuzma. All right, so coming back into the game are JWE, Josh Brooks, and James Cleghorn. And Carmelo Anthony, a great player, but often in the shadow of LBJ. Lashley and Drew, and then, of course, the triple... Oh, yeah, that match. Yeah, the WWE and Universal Championship matches. Those are more straightforward. Lillard, then to Nurkic, then to Carmelo Anthony, back to Lillard. Anthony trying to find an open shot. A mid-range shot, and cannot hit it. The worst thing that could happen if you're Portland is get on a cold streak, because at any time the Lakers can catch fire, and then we all know what happens. 3-pointer, no. Oh, that would have meant everything had he actually hit that. Now Josh Brooks, defended by Dame Dimes, then to McGee, Kuzma. Spins around, gets by his defender, and makes it in. Field goal percentage also makes a big difference, too. And the Trailblazers will take a timeout. So, to go back to what you were saying, I mean, like, Lashley and Drew, I'm hoping that, and I understand that there will be limited amount of fans there at WrestleMania. Now, how they'll do this, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's going to take place at... Well, I was going to say Tropicana Field, but they had to vacate it now that the Major League Baseball season has officially begun. I'm not sure if they'll do it at the Performance Center or at... where else? At Full Sail University or wherever they intend to have it, because but whatever the case may be, I'm hoping that people stay safe and that people use common sense too. Anyway, now Carmelo, now defended by Dwight Howard, gets a shot past him, and he hits it this time. So far, the Lakers bench is outscoring the Trailblazers by 7, and it makes a huge difference. Cleghorn, then to Kuzma. Back to Brooks, then Cleghorn. Cleghorn drives it in, and he gets his first bucket. Does Crimson Ninja... Also, let me check and see my messages. Okay. And Dame Dimes. Wow. That was a well-placed shot, making sure that he was able to get past Howard before Howard can get his hand up quick enough so he can get that basket. So, great score there by Dame Dimes. Now, James Cleghorn. Then to Kuzma. We'll see if he can blow by his opponent. No, he decides to spin around, turnaround, but instead, he misses. Not a bad shot, it's just that it didn't go in. And Lillard. Oh, and slapped away by Josh Brooks. Tell you one thing, Josh is making an impact on the floor as McGee comes out and Anthony Davis comes in, so... Gets it to Whiteside. And I think that's Hood. Oh, but Whiteside got close enough to get the offensive rebound and a putback. Actually, I don't even know if that's going to be a rebound, but still. No, that's not going to be necessary. It's fine, but I appreciate the offer though. Like maybe when it's your birthday or something, I don't know. Anyway, Hood, I believe that was a foul on him onto James Crimson Ninja Cleghorn, and Cleghorn will be up at the line to shoot two. Also, what's up? What's up, Josh? Well, Joshua James, I should be more specific. All right. Cleghorn. I believe he makes both of them. All right, so far Portland is 100%, but that's because they've only had 2 shots. And Ariza gets fouled by Cleghorn. And, of course, the coach is not too happy about something. I'm not sure what it was. Oh, so it was a technical. I guess maybe he wasn't so much happy with Cleghorn or something. I'm not sure what it was, actually. And Hood does not make the free throw. What gives? I mean, that's one of the things you got to do. You got to make your free throws when you get them. Because the shots you don't make, and of course, you can't turn the ball over either. And that's what's going to happen. If you turn it over, the Lakers will more often than not take advantage of that. That's just what it will happen. That's just what's going to happen, really. I'm not sure. Oh, you want... Oh, okay. And then, we have a foul, but it's on Anthony Davis. It looked like it was a clean block, but he got a little bit too much of the opponent's skin as opposed to the ball. So that's a foul on him. And that's going to send him to the line for 2. And right now, Portland is in the bonus, so that every time they get fouled, they'll be sent to the line for the remainder of this quarter and the half. I mean, Portland has done a good job staying close, but they got to find a way to overtake them in some way or capacity. And James, now trying to find somebody open or find a matchup that works. And, wow, nice pass there to Anthony Davis. I mean, they must have ran that play a number of times in order for that to work. Now Hood, defended by Cleghorn. And then Whiteside almost got himself an and one. And the foul, of course, goes to Cousins. And, of course, Frank Vogel can't be happy with, Cousins making another foul. It's like, the worst thing you could do is, foul your opponents and then they make easy points at the free throw line. I'm just stretching my arm. Actually, I think I might have popped it back into socket. That feels better. Anyway, both free throws are made. All right, so there's about close to a 4-second differential on the clock, or 3 seconds actually, between the normal clock and the shot clock. James trying to hold on for the last shot until he has to shoot it. Bledsoe, and he hits a big one, a big three-pointer. And McCollum does not get that one, but that was a good play to hold for the last shot, get a three-pointer, and get up by 7 points. Of course, the coach is very well aware that this game is much closer than he would like it. If I was a betting man, 7 points is not exactly a safe lead in any stretch. All right, so you have Kenny the Jet Smith, Ernie Johnson, and of course next to him is Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, early on, McCollum was the hot hand, but then he started cooling down a little bit. Then, of course, there you see JWE, and he made a couple of shots himself. Of course, you cannot forget about Lillard. But, I mean, he'll have to step up his game a lot more if he is to, help his team get back in this. So it is a 7-point game, but it's far from over. But I appreciate the effort, Darius, to answer your question. All right. Oh, and of course, PPF is saying just making some videos and watching people like yourself on YouTube. Yeah. Right now, Portland's season is on the line. I mean, there are just a couple of things they got to do. Number one, they got to take care of the ball. They got to make their shots. And they just have to hope that the Lakers start to go cold. Because when they're hot, there's really no way you can catch them. And Bledsoe, nope, denied. That's a good way to start out the crowd. Lillard, couldn't make the and one, but will get the 2 free throws. Good start if you're the Blazers. You get a denial, and then you go on the other way. Would have loved to make that shot, but otherwise, you're on the line. And of course, Mr. Cleghorn's going to have to, make some better defensive plays because you can't just simply foul him all the time. Well, it's not a stretch, but of course, against the Lakers, it usually is. Hey, Logan, what's up? It's good to see you, man. You know what? Believe it or not, if I'm not mistaken, let me take a look here. Um. Oh. You know what? I believe we're going to be seeing you later in the show, so hopefully you get to stick around a little bit. Anyway, nice defensive play there by Anthony. Hang on a second. Huh? Yes. Okay, sorry about that. I had to go get something here. And oh my gosh, just cannot get just cannot make the shots that they need to make. And they end up fouling. Anyway, you're stuck in quarantine for 2 weeks, so it's not fun. And Howard, almost got himself to the bucket. Anyway, I have some lunch now, but... so, yeah, I'm sorry if I walked out in a moment here. Yeah, that's a good... I'm like... I mean, it really confuses me because it's like... It's not like you didn't do what you had to do to stay safe and cannot make a three. I mean, the worst thing you could do is go stone cold at a time when you really need to catch up. And you know, Portland's going to have to compose itself, because if it doesn't, the Lakers will, in fact, be moving on to round 2. You know, because my dad got it, and he doesn't know how he had it. He had it, but didn't know how he got it. Well, Bledsoe has so far proven to be a success as far as him on the Lakers. Well, 9 points, but still, almost, yeah. And of course they lose the ball, and Brooks with an open shot, and he hits it. Josh Brooks just killing him. I mean, Portland's going to have to find something, because what they're doing is not working. McCollum with a 3. And nice alley-oop to McGee, and the fans cannot believe that the Lakers are starting to pull away. And finally, they make a shot, but they could have used it like 10 minutes ago. And a lot more of it, really. And James gets the and one. And fouled by Trevor Ariza. And, you know, when Trevor was on his way to the 03 draft, he was considered the top pick at one point. But then, of course, he ended up getting embarrassed by, you know, LeBron James in the in a game that happened when, you know, he was a high schooler. And let's just say that, you know, LBJ showed him up. And while Ariza is not a bad player, in fact, he's a very good player. But when compared to that of LeBron James, it means absolutely nothing. And now James is defending him. And Ariza trying to find an open shot. He gets an open shot and does not make it. Howard, nice hook shot there. A good tribute to the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and another turnover. A turnover and an easy shot for James Cleghorn. And McCollum, nope, misses that one. And Well, he gets the and one, does Nurkic. Worst thing you could do if you're the Lakers is start fouling the Blazers, and then the Blazers go to the line a lot of times, and then they can slowly but surely get back in this. Yeah, and of course, and ones don't help either. So if you're the Lakers, you gotta not do that often. There's still one more quarter left. It's played in 4 quarters. It's hockey that's played in thirds. So no, there's still one more quarter left. And a 3-pointer at the end. Well, he misses that one, but we still got one more quarter to go. And here's the State Farm assist of the game. Bledsoe. Wow, that of course the catch and being able to redirect your layup, that's a very, very smart play. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you knew that. So that was my fault there. Anyway, Whiteside takes it up and cannot make it. Right now, Portland just forcing things, and LA just making it look easy. And still cannot make the shot. Anthony Davis with another layup. I mean, right now it's a 20-point thrashing right now. And, well, now it's just a piss break. Okay, how come the chat's off? Oh, there we go. For some reason it was, my chat wasn't working. No, they can't. You know, and that's another thing. It's either you got to score and make your shots, or defend. And if you can't defend, well, obviously this is what's going to happen. Now Hood. And another thing is you can't turn the ball over a lot. And, well, they'll go to the foul line. Well, he makes both shots. Yep, I'm having lunch right now. McCollum. Oh, wow. I mean, he tried to pass it, but then it ended up as a turnover, and Crimson Ninja will go to the line for 2. Hey, what's up, DJ? What's up, man? I kind of had a feeling that this was going to happen, and it did. You know, with this, with the lopsided scores. I mean, at least with Madden, you're more likely to get a close game, but and a rare miss by Crimson Ninja. Okay. Cleghorn gets the shot off, and he gets one for two. That was no, not Emily, or sorry, not Adam, Emily. Anyway, Brooks gets it to Cousins, and we'll go to the line for two again. Now it's the Lakers that are going to the line. Okay. Of course, the Lakers' second round opponent has yet to be determined, so we are going to determine that pretty soon. McCollum, no. Right now, the Lakers are just embarrassing them. Look at this. Well, okay, well, rare miss by LBJ. You don't see that very often, but it does happen sometimes. Lillard misses it. And Cousins. And Davis just showing us how unstoppable he is. Almost lost the ball. And no. I mean, we still have the Jazz and the Rockets. We still have the Suns and the Clippers, so we still have those two games left to go. And I believe that LA has this wrapped up, honestly. And right now, JWE, well, misses the shot, but he gets his rebound back, and he makes the second time. So yeah, JWE and Crimson Ninja are doing a number. As if James and Anthony Davis wasn't bad enough, and another foul on DeMarcus Cousins. But at this point, it really doesn't matter now. Like, he could get fouled out right now, and it wouldn't hurt him that much. My old Spencer videos. All right, so most of the starters are going to be coming off the bench, except for Anthony Davis. And same for the other team, except for Hassan Whiteside, who is at the line. I mean, the Laker team is loaded, I will say that. I mean, they have a bunch of guys that could easily be stars on other teams. That's how ridiculously stacked this team is. So really, the playoffs and the championship will have to go through the Lakers. Anyway, Green. Then to Davis. Davis. And a rare turnover with a shot clock violation. All right, so Davis is going to come off the bench, or go to the bench for Kuzma. And LeBasseur, I'm not sure what kind of shot that was, but he didn't get it. Kuzma drives to the bucket and rejected, but Howard ends up with the ball. Kuzma gets it back, and finally they get a defensive stop, which is something that Portland has not been able to do, but they still cannot score. And Blake Lewis is here. MSK are the new tag team champions on NXT. Well, I mean, that's good. I mean, you got to get some new talent to be champions, some new blood. All right, so that's 2 defensive stops they got. And still cannot make a shot. But it looks like the Lakers will hold for the final shot. Or are they not going to hold it? No, they will. Okay. So they're just going to run out the clock. No need to do anything else. And there you have it, the final score. 61-38 Lakers. And LA will move on to the second round. Again, their opponent has yet to be determined, but we'll find out pretty soon. Of course, the Blazer fans not too happy with the fact that their team just laid an egg. Let's take a look at the box score for a moment. Of course, you have Davis and LeBron doing what they usually do. But then you also have Brooks and Claycorn at 8 and 7 points, respectively. Excuse me. But other than that, the usual suspects, did their job, and the Trailblazers just did not have any firepower, and they just could not get anything going. And once they started going cold, they were. Oh no, wait! I'm sorry. They do have an opponent. It's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Also, what's up, Clinton? All right, so what was the next game? Let me see. Was it... Yeah, it was Suns against Clippers. Okay. Now, Clinton, well, nice to have you on the show, first and foremost. Now, recently I had... let me check one thing. Well, recently I had... let me check one thing before I forget. I have not watched NXT yet. Still debating on Peacock. Fair enough. Okay, so I do have Logan on the show. And then I also have on loan Kelly Baker, better known to most people as Crushing Kelly. So, yeah, I was able to pull some strings and put in Kelly. So let me just let Kelly know. I know, because they really messed it up with introducing Peacock because at least when they had it by itself, um, it was much more straightforward. But when you have Peacock to go with it, I'm not sure if they ask you to like buy Peacock and then have to purchase an additional. Like I'm not sure if there's any paywalls. Is what I'm saying. Since I haven't used it, so I don't know how it works. So yeah, Clinton, your guess is as good as mine, really. I'm almost done with my lunch, thankfully. But with that said, without any further ado, it's time to play the game. Alright, so there you see Kelly Baker. Of course, not too far from her is Logan Hinton. Actually, there's two Kellys. There's Baker and then Oubre Jr., so I have to be more specific as to which Kelly I'm referring to. Without any further ado, let's do it. Let's get to the game. Okay. That's the end of my lunch, but anyway. Hopefully we get a much more competitive game here at the Staples Center. So while the Lakers were up north in Portland, Oregon, the Clippers are ready to host Game 2 Game 3. I mean, they hosted Game 1, and then the Suns won Game 2, if I'm not mistaken, or was it the other way around? But either way, here we are in Game 3, and this is a game that either team can win and win the series. It all starts with Kawhi Leonard. Of course, you cannot forget Devin Booker, and there she is, Kelly Baker. Of course, she ended up getting a perm. I won 3 months of free premium Peacock, but not sure if WrestleMania is worth. I only want to watch Cesaro versus Rollins, New Day. New Day versus AJ Styles and Omos. And Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. I mean, I get it. You want to watch, like, for the few matches that are on there. I mean, really, the only person that would know it would be you. So I would say that. And immediately, Kelly Baker, i.e. Crushing Kelly, gets her first points, and he, or she, I should say, already has her team up 2-0. Of course, Kelly is replacing Hagen, I guess the best thing I could say is that, you know, like Hagen has been MIA, like ever since I had him on the show, and like ever since I created his character, he hasn't showed up. Like, and of course, Clinton or Logan, I should say, excuse me, has is here, of course. Anyway, crushing Kelly, going up against a monster, then gets it to Logan, and well, almost made it, but it's now Clipper's ball. So, and as for you, Clinton, who do you think is going to win this one? The Clippers or crushing Kelly and the Suns? George with an open shot, but then Leonard with a rebound, but he does not make it. That's a rare miss. I mean, usually he'd make that on an offensive rebound. Now Logan getting it to Kaminsky, then to Oubre, then to Baker, back to Kaminsky. And Kelly using her moves and gets fouled. And I believe that was Ayton who made that one. We'll see what everybody else says. And, oh, Baker loses it! And, of course, being that, Kelly this is her first real big game, she loses the ball, and Paul George goes down the other way and scores an easy bucket. That's what you got to do if you're, Kelly and some of the other players. You got to take care of the ball. And she almost lost it again. Baker, well defended by George. And Oubre? Nope. Ayton. Wow. Nice offensive rebound by Ayton. Beverly. Then to Paul George. Leonard. Oh, and a miss. And now Logan going to slow things down a little bit. Trying to find an opening. Shoots past the screen. No. And Beverly blows by everybody, but instead gets denied by Ayton. All right, so Baker coming out. And Devin Booker coming in. I mean, that's a little unusual to see Booker as the sixth man, but if that's going to make a difference, we'll see what difference it will make. And Williams will go to the line. So, So everybody except Booker is coming in. Shamet and Patterson coming in for the Clippers. All right, 6-6. And Sarek, and well, that's going to send him to the line, much to the chagrin of Patterson, the Clippers, and the fans. Of course, there you see Doc Rivers when he was still with the team. Oh, you did. I forgot. What did you say? Okay. All right. So now Williams, almost lost the ball. Oh, now we have a jump ball. So anyway, I was looking at the Twitter to see what Clinton was tweeting out, and as that happened, Phoenix is now in the lead 7-6, and they lose the jump ball to Phoenix. Shamet then to Williams with an open three. Ooh, that was it. That would have been a very. I mean, first of all, you cannot leave anybody open. That's for sure. So they have to be lucky that that didn't go in. Now Ricky Rubio gonna go to the line. And you know, it's funny. I remember when Ricky Rubio and I think it was OJ Mayo, they were drafted back to back by the Timberwolves, and yet they had a chance to I guess what's the word? They had a chance to draft, you know, Steph Curry. I can't talk. They had a chance to get, you know, Stephen Curry, and they didn't get him. And what was even surprising was that they drafted two point guards back to back. I mean, that just goes to show, you know, the stupidity of the Timberwolves. They've only had one Hall of Fame worthy player on their team. Well, or two if you count Sam Cassell. And that man was Kevin Garnett. I remember, you know, he was the big ticket in town. Like, he was pretty much the only reason people would go to watch the games because of how great he was. And Booker with a three-pointer, and he missed. It just rolled in and out. And now Williams going to the bucket, uncontested. And that's one of the reasons why Phoenix is not a top contending team. They didn't do a good job, you know, closing the lane on defense. So that should just go as one reason there. And a missed three-pointer. And Leonard, and once again, they didn't get back on defense quick enough. Of course, the coach cannot be too happy with, you know, the lackluster defense here. Well, this time they made the shot. Yes, you are. In fact, you're on the Suns, albeit on loan. You're number 21. Well, on the team, of course. Like the number on your jersey is number 21. But right now your team is in the lead 11-10. Yep, there you are on the bench with the little fro. Like you got your hair permed up and everything. But yeah, you're in this game. I had to pull some strings and take out somebody who was MIA and put you in there. So for now, you're on the Suns, but for next year, you'll be on uh, the Bucks, and we'll skip this since I can't hear it either. So we'll go from there. All right, so okay, so you're still on the bench, but hopefully we get to have you back in there. And so far, the Clippers have not gotten anything done. Then you have Rubio. Then back to Booker. No relation to Booker T, obviously. Baines then gets denied. Yep. And Leonard, nope. That just means Kelly is always sunny. And Leonard, tough shot, but Zubat with an offensive rebound and another opportunity. Leonard backing up. Williams, well, he had an open three, but he didn't realize how open he was. And Zubat, or not Zubat, but I think it was Baines who, yeah, Baines, he did a great lot of shot blocking, but this time they managed to get one. And Baines, then back to Booker. Nope, Leonard now has it. Hey, what's up, Rob? Patterson. Then to Leonard. I'll tell you one thing. Phoenix has done, is starting to get better at defense. There, that time they got the stop. And Zarek open. Yep, he got himself open, and it was the Clippers this time that did not do a good job getting back on defense. And, of course, Doc Rivers is not going to be too happy about that, so he'll call a timeout. So everyone's saying hello. All right, let's see. Who do we have on the court right now? For the Suns, we have Kelly Baker and Logan Hinton. And George, well, misses another shot. So now the Clippers are starting to get cold. And there she is, crushing Kelly. Kelly Baker, number 21. But no, too much traffic in front of her. And crushing Kelly, trying to find an open shot. She gets one. And no, Ayton with an offensive rebound, and he slams it down. DeAndre Ayton with 6 points, and most of those come off of offensive rebounds. That's something the Clippers are going to have to clean up if they want to win. Great play there by Ayton, obviously. George, slightly blocked, and now Kelly has it. Kelly going to use her speed. Then to Ayton, who got himself open. So, yeah, Kelly doing a great job with, this time, getting an assist. I can't talk. I'm so excited, obviously. Now Williams. Oh, denied. And Oubre Jr. gets it to Baker. So one Kelly to another. And then Ayton, well, does not get the and one, but will go to the line. I mean, that was a great play there by Kelly to Ayton on the previous offensive sequence. I mean, of course, the NBA is the land of the giants. Despite WWE always saying that. Despite WWE's claims of being the land of the giants, this is the land of the giants, and it shows. I mean, Crush and Kelly, in comparison, is very small. I mean, hell, I'm pretty small myself, so that just goes to show. But Kelly is a playa, so she will not let her size stop her. Anyway, Beverly now defended by Hinton. Oh, almost lost the ball and denied. And that's a shot clock violation. And right now, Phoenix is starting to pull away. And Doc Rivers can't be too happy about that. And why shouldn't he be? I mean, his team is losing. Now Logan tries to find a shot, gets it to Kaminsky, and another bucket, and that's going to be a timeout by the Clippers. I'll tell you one thing. Kelly and Logan are just killing them. I mean, Phoenix got off to a rough start at first, but then they're starting to pull away. Excuse me. Now Williams gets a shot off, and it pops in and out. Now Oubre shoots, and a rebound and a putback by Logan Hinton. I'll tell you one thing, Logan is doing everything for Phoenix. And George with a three-pointer, and now the Clippers are gotten cold right now. Oubre. And Oubre makes a shot of his own. Now, this is game 3 in a best of 3. So, if Kelly, Logan, and the rest of the Suns win this, they will move on to round 2. And Ayton, almost got a slam dunk, but a denial, and they go the other way. George with an open shot. Nope. Harrell, almost got an and one, and it came at the expense of Logan Hinton, and he'll go to the line for 2. All right, so Logan and Kelly will go back to the bench and rest for the remainder of the quarter to close out this to close out the half, and for Los Angeles, they'll have to make some adjustments if they want to get back in this. Booker then to Rubio. Nope, intercepted, but it ends up going out of bounds. Still Suns ball. And Baines, trying to find an open man, gets it to Rubio. Rubio with an open shot, and he misses. Clinton's going to go for the Suns to win. And Beverly, well, that was not good defense right there by Phoenix. I mean, credit Beverly for taking advantage of it. And Booker with an open shot and well short. Now, of course, being it's it is an 8-point lead, so or 7-point lead. Sorry. This game is far from over though. So the Clippers are starting to come back a little bit. So we'll see what the Clippers will have in terms of adjustments. Ah. Now here's some of the highlights. There you see Kelly making her first shot. Then on the other side, you have Leonard getting to the open lane and dunking it down. Then here's another play back-to-back in which George takes advantage of it. And also another one with Beverly. And then there's an open opportunity for Zarek, and he delivers. But it's really the field goal percentage that's the biggest difference for the Suns, for the fact that they're in the lead. So now the question is, can the Suns close this out? Can they close it out? Ooh, nice spike tricks there. So far, Ayton has 10 points, 7 rebounds, so he is just 3 rebounds short of a double-double. Of course, all that would not matter ultimately if the Suns were to lose. Paul George now being defended by Kelly. Kelly, although undersized, is not outmanned or outwomaned either. Nope. Kelly does get the rebound, though. Although she's really fast. Nope. Offensive rebound. Nope. Still cannot get it. Of course, it is Kawhi Leonard we're talking about here. And George, nope. But he'll have to go to the line for 2. All right, so 2 for 2, and now it's a 5-point game. So this game is far from over. Kaminsky is going to go to the line for 2 for his own team. Of course, Doc Rivers is not too happy with the fact that his team is fouling more often than actually getting stops. So I don't blame him for being upset. Glenn Rivers. Well, Doc is just a nickname. Glenn is his real name. But he makes both shots, so now it's a 7-point game. And Beverly cannot make the shot. Now Kelly has it. I'll tell you one thing. This girl's got speed. I mean, the girl's got handles, man. I'm telling you. Wow, look at that. Look at that pass. That pass to Logan. I'm like, who does that? I'll tell you one thing. Crushing Kelly is, pardon the expression, crushing it. Now defending against Paul George. Then gets it to Leonard. Leonard, and although Kelly did her best to try to stop him, just too much length there. Magic Baker. Oh, too much traffic in front. Pulls back. Gets it to Ayton, then to Oubre. Back to Ayton. Gonna have to get a shot off. A long shot. And it's a shot clock violation. And for Kelly, that's, or not Kelly, sorry. For the Clippers, that's their first shot clock violation defense. Happy dance at my performance so far. Anyway, Brett Beverly. Well defended by Logan. And Leonard, ooh, that should have went in, but it popped out. Logan. Then to Kelly. Kelly. Gets an open shot, and nope, but Kaminsky gets it. And nope, he cannot convert. And now Shemet. Oh, nice. Well defended by Baker, making Shemet not get a great shot off. And Baker, nope, too much traffic in front of her. And wow, nice defense by Ayton and the guys. And Oubre, then to Hinton, and he makes it. And the Clippers will have to call another timeout as Phoenix starting to pull away again. And of course we have the Cool Kids Club. And Leonard with an open shot, and he makes it. And Rubio going to the open lane, and he makes it. Nice read there by Rubio. When he noticed there was an open lane, he just went for it. So credit to him. Williams. Then to Leonard. Defended by Kelly. Then Zubat. And then, well, Kelly was trying to pickpocket Leonard, but it went out of bounds off her hand. And then, wait, what happened? Oh, out of bounds. That's another thing you don't want to do. The worst thing you could do is have an unforced turnover, which is where you step out of bounds or you just throw the ball away and it wasn't caused by the other team. Those are the worst type of turnovers you can make. And Devin Booker, no relation to Booker T, though, obviously. Oh, almost lost it. And Leonard picks it up, and he slams it. That's yet another. I mean, I will say that was a good play there by the Clippers to get a turnover and turn it the other way. Baines shoots over, and he makes the shot. Great. That's a really good shot for a big man. But we still have 1 quarter left to go. And also 1 more game to go. Leonard with another shot, and now Leonard's starting to heat up. If you're the Suns, this is not what you wanted to see. You don't want to see Leonard heat up. Now Baker. Well, they tried to get a screen for her, but they couldn't get it. No, stolen! Stolen by George. And he goes all the way and scores. Now it's a 5-point game. I mean, they're going to have to slow it down. Because right now, the Clippers are coming. And Booker with an open shot, but no good. It's a 5-point game, so anything can happen. It's been a close game. I mean, and the fact that Phoenix hasn't been able to put away the Clippers, is to their detriment. But if you're the Clippers, obviously staying in it has to be awesome because you have a chance to win now. So we'll see what Phoenix is going to... well, here's the assist of the game. A no-look to Kaminsky, and Kaminsky finishes it. So you're thinking that the Suns will win all because of Miss Baker. Pardon my language, but shit. All right, so Rubio, then to Booker, back to Ayton. Rubio, back to Booker with an open three, and he hits it this time. You cannot discount Devin Booker. In fact, I remember he had a great game against the soon-to-be retired Kobe Bryant, and I remember he had a great game, outdueling the man that he looked up to for so many years. Now Rubio to Baines, then to Kelly Baker, then back to Rubio. Rubio, then to Booker. Booker, no. Couldn't get that shot that time. And George, nope, denied by Ayton. And so far, Ayton has also had a great game of his own. Now Rubio. Nope, denied. And now George gets open and makes an and one. Fouled by Kelly Booker. And Kelly has got to be like, what the hell just happened? So as Baker goes out, Hinton comes in. Also, Beverly and Harrell come in for the Clippers. So now it's a three-pointer. A three-point game, I should say. Kaminsky. Then to Oubre Jr. Back to Booker. A step back shooter, and it does not go in. Now the Clippers can take the lead, or can get to within one, or tie it. They don't. Oubre. Then to Kaminsky. Then to Logan. Back to Oubre. Back to Ayton. Ayton. A mid-range shooter, but misses it. I think my teammates need to be dunked in Gatorade. And the Clippers get to within one, and now the crowd is on its feet. Well, if you're Phoenix, you got to compose yourself. Now is not the time to get unglued. Logan, open shot, misses, and now the Clippers can take the lead right here. No, denied. Booker to Oubre. No, bad pass. And no. So far, Phoenix keeping the lead with some solid defensive stops. Now they just need to make some buckets if they want to get back the lead. And Kaminsky gets it back. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Oubre, no. Right now, Leonard is taking over. And he misses. A rare miss by him. And Oubre. And Oubre finally gets the scoreless drought over. Now it's a 3-point game again. And now stolen by Booker. But Booker not going to rush it. I mean, he knows that any mistake he makes could help the Clippers get back in it. Now Ayton. Logan trying to find an open man. Gets it to Booker. Booker. Too much dribbling in traffic there, and a shot clock violation. Once again, the Clippers can get to within one or tie the game, and a timeout by the Clippers. So this is definitely, without question, the most competitive game that we've had since we got to the playoffs here. So far, the player of the game is DeAndre Ayton. This young man had 10 points and 7 rebounds going into the half. I don't know how many points he has now, but he has, without question, been one of the reasons why, his team is up at the moment. They get a stop, and Oubre getting it to Logan, then to Baker, but then gets denied, but then Kaminsky comes in and cleans up. Nobody picked him up. Well, I'm just going by what the game says, but without question, Baker is one of the reasons. Now George, misses a miss on the layup. Now Oubre, back to Kaminsky, then to Hinton. A bucket here by Phoenix can put this one away, and they do get it. I mean, it's not over, but they might have just given themselves some insurance. George, nope. Leonard. Now it's the Clippers that have gotten unglued. Now Kelly Baker. Kelly using her moves. Behind the back to Logan, and And Kelly, ooh, oh, that could have been a 4-point play. But she was fouled at the 3-point line, so she'll get 3 opportunities at the free throw line. Yep, she was fouled on the 3-point line, so this could pretty much ice the game for the Clippers. I say for the Clippers because they're the ones that are getting put on ice. Now, out of character for a moment, I know that Kelly looks a lot different than she normally does, but I had to give her and Nicole and Ash the Mulan treatment, so that's kind of why she looks a lot different. Anyway, back in character now. All right, so she makes one. Also, I just realized that whenever the Clippers are playing, they cover up the accomplishments of the Lakers behind a wall, and then when the Lakers have a game, they well they unveil the accomplishments, like the numbers retired, the championships they've won. All right, so 2 of 3 at the line. I mean, even if they make a 3, it's not going to be enough. And they don't even make that. And now the shot clock is off, so now all they have to do is just simply run down the clock and it's over. So the Clippers couldn't get the shots that they needed, especially as they got close as 1 point. And Phoenix did exactly what they needed to do. They composed themselves, and as a result, the Phoenix Suns, Kelly Baker and Logan Hinton, will be moving on to the second round, and they will take on the winner of Utah and Houston. So we're going to see Crushing Kelly again as far as the NBA playoffs are concerned. And we'll also look at the box score before we go to the next game, which will be the last game, simply because it will be the last of the first round games. Okay. Yay me! Alright, so without question, the player of the game is Ayton, as he has a double-double. 12 points, 11 rebounds. Hinton had 6 points. Kelly had 4 points, but she had 7 rebounds. So, yeah, not a lot of points, but 7 rebounds. That's pretty good. Given the fact that she is a guard, so. But even so, that's pretty good. And of course, she had that 1 assist to Logan, which was like magic, really. Quite honestly, so what more could I say? All right, so here is our final game. It is the Jazz at Houston. So I need to get where is she? Oh, Insane One and Be Super. So for Crushing Kelly, she and the rest of the Suns will take on the winner of this final first round game. All right, so now that I let them know, we can get started. But yeah, Crushing Kelly, how do you feel? Just by the fact that you've finally made it, or that you are now on NBA, or in the playoffs, I should say. But with that said, the Rockets, they led the series at 1-0, but then they lost to the Jazz in Utah. So for both teams, it's win or go home. I mean, that's about as simple as I can make it. So with that said, let's get to it. Well, if the Rockets are going to win, B Super is going to have to go into beast mode because unfortunately he played a dud in game 2. So we'll find out if he can go into beast mode, and if he does, the Jazz are in trouble. So our final game in this first round, and I will suggest that the first round alone is probably the longest, but when we come back to NBA again, we will look to finish it off as from the second round onwards. It's not going to go nearly as long, without question. So up next, the Jazz at the Rockets. And this show is brought to you by Express, and also brought to you by Toyota. And apparently Clinton is going for the Jazz, even though 2 of his friends are on the Rockets. There you see the World Championship banners, Conference Championships, Division Championships. Excuse me. And of course, they're also gonna need to have a productive game from Westbrook and Harden as well. But for the Jazz, they'll need Conley, they'll need Mitchell, they'll need Rudy Gobert, and whoever else they have. And as I mentioned before, I mean Westbrook and Harden just had a dud. That's one of the reasons why Utah was able to beat him. I don't know if that's going to happen again, because if it doesn't, it's going to be a long night for Utah. We'll see what happens. Conley gets a three-pointer. No. Gobert with an offensive rebound, and he gets a put-in, so that's an early 2-0 lead. And Tucker got himself open. Nobody picked him up. And now it's tied. Also, this show is brought to you by Ruffles, the official chip of the NBA. And Mitchell almost turned it over. Ingles to Gobert. Gobert. Back to Ingles. And then stolen by B Super. And Super wants to make it a point that he's going to go into beast mode. I think it was sponsored by Combos, though. I thought it was sponsored by Combos. Oh. Now Mitchell with an open three. It barely hits the rim, but Conley with an offensive rebound. They'll reset. Mitchell. No, Bradley with an offensive rebound, and he'll go to the line for two. I mean, can you imagine the fact that the Suns were able to, oust the number 3 team was nothing short of incredible. But we'll see what happens if the 7-seeded Jazz can outdo the 2-seeded Rockets. Well, and of course they won't if they keep missing free throws. That's for sure. And that's 2 misses. Wow. And Super goes back the other way. Then to Westbrook. Westbrook. Nope. That goes in and out. Hey, Zach Walker. What's up, man? Zach, by the way, if you haven't had a chance to check out the last couple of Madden streams in which, as I mentioned before, you're on the Cowboys. But anyway, before I get to that, how are you doing? Before I get ahead of myself, though. And a miss by Gobert. Good, all right. So anyway, as I was saying, like in the Madden series, you actually have let's just say you made it to the semifinals, you and the Cowboys, and I'm doing well myself, of course, but I wanted to at least let you know that you made it to the semifinals in Madden. So when I get back to Madden, do be sure to tune in. But anyway, there's the Cool Kids Club again. Everyone saying hello to Zach. Alright, so Utah, although down 4, they're going to have to start stepping up and making their shots. And now Mitchell, no, bad pass. Intercepted by Chandler, then to B Super with a mid-range shot, and that pops in and out. Now Clarkson in. Conley with an open 3. And that bounces off the end of the rim. Westbrook goes past he got past Clarkson. I mean, Clarkson was hoping that he would charge right into him, but he went around him and got the easy bucket. Hey, Crimson Ninja, you missed your game, man. Hopefully you get to see it, but what's up, man? Great to have you on the show. And Westbrook gets a foul. That's great to see you. And Mitchell. Oh, that was not a good shot attempt. Well, they finally break the scoreless drought, and yet the fact that they're still only down by 4 is a miracle. If you want me to spoil it, I'll tell you. I mean, you can look back if you want, but if you want me to tell you, I will. Anyway, here's Mudai, who had a great game, and Nang, great. I mean, that was just a great setup there. I mean, that was just a great play. So Houston did everything right. It's just that Utah got it figured out. Anyway, so yeah, you did win by a lot. I mean, it is the Lakers we're talking about. And Nang, no. And Tucker, ooh, nice rebound there. And Harden with an open three, but doesn't make it. And Mudai, back to Clarkson. Clarkson, another miss. So far, both teams are not shooting the ball too well. And a foul onto Covington by Clarkson. So, yeah, you did win. Like, you and the Lakers won by 20 points plus, and you are in the second round. And now, Insane won in the game. And, well, for a moment I thought he was going to make it, but he didn't. The shot, I mean. Now Clarkson. Clarkson off the... well, he tried to go off the glass, but then it was rebounded, and now it's a tie game. So now it's tied 8-8. Gordon with a long shot, and it does not go in. So after one, it's 8-8. And of course I can't hear him, so I'll just skip that. Rockets start off with the ball, and they'll hand it off to Austin Rivers. I mean, we earlier saw his dad on the bench for the Clippers, and unfortunately for them, they lost to the Suns, who have a new player in the form of Kelly Baker. We'll see if Austin has much better luck for the Rivers family, but for now, Nang with the ball. Then to Clarkson. Clarkson, nope, almost lost the ball. Now he did lose the ball. Getting it to Insane One. Insane One blows by his defender and gets his first bucket. And Mudai defended by Insane One. Nang back to Mudai. Mudai, oh, not a good shot, and also blocked too. And Covington with an open shot, and he hits it. Nice dunk there. I mean, if you're Utah, you cannot be turning the ball over. I mean, that's about as simple as I can make it. Mudai, and nope, gets his own miss, but Davis gets it. Back to Mudai. And this time he hits it. Of course, another thing that Houston's got to work on is getting defensive rebounds, because they cannot be giving up offensive rebounds here. I mean, when you give up that many offensive rebounds, you're more often than not going to lose. Anyway, Insane One going to go to the line for two. And it's a rare miss at the line. Conley defended by Insane One. Then to O'Neal. Bradley. Back to Conley. About 3 seconds and a miss and another offensive rebound. Bradley's a spin shot and he gets it. So now it's a 1-point game. I have a feeling this could go down to the wire. Now Gordon. Nope. Turned it over. And O'Neal, no relation to Shaquille O'Neal, obviously. Well, he tried to hit it off the glass, but it didn't go in. Back to Covington. Tries to get it to the basket, and no good. And then Crushing Kelly's like, hiya, Crimson. And the Jazz take the lead, 14-13 now. Anyway, what's up, Joshua? Double J. Anyway, then to Gordon. Gordon, no. Now O'Neal takes it back, a mid-range shot, and he misses. Now both teams are starting to miss a little bit. Chandler, then to Covington. Back to the Insane One. And an and one on to Chandler. An and one by Chandler, I should say. Excuse me. Oh, at the intensity? Yeah. And a miss, so it stays a 1-point game. Conley takes it to the open basket, and the Jazz take the lead again. And Westbrook, open shot, and he misses. And Mitchell, well, he got by his guy, but he couldn't finish the job. Now B Super coming in, gets it to Harden, and, well, a tip-in by Tyson Chandler. Houston retakes the lead. Conley, then to Gobert. Gobert powers himself in. I mean, Beast is a big guy, but Gobert is the size of a giant. That's really what it is. Westbrook, a three-pointer, and he misses. Now Conley, then back to Gobert. And a hook shot and a offensive rebound. Bradley with a rebound, but he could not finish it up. An open three-pointer, and that was Ben McLemore who made it. So now Houston takes the lead back. If this first half is anything to go by, we might see fireworks in the next half. And no, the ball does not go in. It rolls out. B Super, then back to Westbrook. And he hits the three. Now Houston has a bit more of a cushion. Utah going to try to hold on for the last shot. And a three. No. Almost close, though. So Houston has a slight 4-point lead going into the half. All right, so we have the NBA on TNT crew minus Charles Barkley. I'm still wondering why they don't have Charles Barkley in the game. I'm not sure why. For a moment, I thought someone else was asking for me, but anyway. So, I mean, this game was back and forth. I mean, the lead changed hands. I mean, and the fact that the Jazz are only down by 4, you know, especially when they haven't really shot the ball all that well, that tells you something there. So this game is very simple. Win or go home. Houston will start out with the ball. Harden gets his first bucket. And that's pretty much a bad sign because that's his first bucket, and we all know that he can be a very streaky shooter. And then a steal by Westbrook. Westbrook takes it down, and now Houston's starting to open up a can. And if you're Utah, you cannot let this get any bad. You cannot let this go from bad to worse, as I was trying to say. Inglis trying to... Stolen by B Super. And Beast, once again, going into Beast mode. And Conley. No, offensive rebound by Gobert. No, offensive rebound again. And again by Gobert. And again, and this time they get the and one. Wow, Gobert and Bradley are just an unstoppable force on the front. I mean, I can't believe how many shots they missed before finally getting that bucket. And of course, B Super's like, well, I'm not sure I'm going to say it, so I'm not going to say it. But if you're Utah, you certainly needed that one to stop the bleeding. And they make the three-point play. Now Westbrook, a three-pointer. Nope, pops in and out. That could have been a back-breaking thing had he actually made that. Now Mitchell gets to the open lane and he makes it. Now it's a 5-point game again. Now, Westbrook. And it does not go in there. Yeah, that's what they got to do. They got to tighten up the defense because... And you also can't turn the ball over either. and you also can't send him to the line either, as Rudy Gobert gets his first foul, and Westbrook will go to the line. Welcome back, Chris Clark. So, welcome, Chris, to the final game of our show today. Now, Mitchell takes it to the bucket. Nope. Almost got an offensive rebound, but Tucker takes it away. And Gordon with an open lane and goes back to the line again. And Rudy has two... And Rudy got himself 2 fouls. Oh, wow. That popped in and out and rolled out. All right, so Ingles is going to come out for Mr. Clarkson. And Westbrook comes out as Austin Rivers comes in. All right, so he makes 1 of 2. Now Clarkson. And a foul. This time by Austin Rivers. And coming in is Mudai for Conley. For the Jazz. I mean, this game is not over by any stretch, but you know, if you're not Houston, I mean, if you're Houston, you obviously want to keep them down. But if you're Utah, you got to make your shots, and also you got to take care of the ball too. And you got to get some stops as well. And a traveling violation. That's the first time I've ever seen a traveling violation, but that's what happened. All right, so Insane One in. Insane One trying to get an open shot. He does, but Gobert gets the rebound. Now Nang, if that's how I'm supposed to pronounce it, I'm not sure. If anyone knows how to pronounce his name, let me know. But Gobert slapped away by Gordon. I think he was trying to get a call, but he didn't. And Covington didn't get the shot. Clarkson takes it back the other way. Gets past his man and gets a shot. So now it's a 6-point game. Insane One. Then to Tucker. Tucker almost lost the handle. And Gordon. Nope. Gobert with a solid rebound. Now Mundai defended by Insane One. Then to Gobert, who is defended by the undersized Austin Rivers. And yeah, that was a mismatch. And just like that, it's now a 4-point game. I mean, just when I thought... I mean, the Houston had a 10-point lead. And now the coach is going to have to call a timeout, and I would have to think he's not very happy with the fact that Houston, his team was up by 10 points at one point, but now it's down to 4. And credit to Houston, or not Houston, sorry, credit to Utah for slowly but surely coming back in this game. Now Insane One. Trying to find an open man. He gets it to Austin Rivers and almost made a 3. And Mitchell got himself open and he slams it down. Now it's a 2-point game. Austin Rivers almost turned it over himself. Insane One faked a shot, but I think he might have done one fake too many as it went off the iron. Mudai, then a shot by Mitchell, and he hits it. Now it's Mitchell starting to open up. Now it's a tie game, especially as we get to the fourth quarter. Insane One. Nope, got it to Rivers, and Rivers pops in and out again. Now Utah can take the lead. And to Nung, who was open, and now the Jazz have taken the lead after they were down by as many as 10. Now, how is Houston going to respond? Oh, B Super got himself open, but Gobert was right there to stuff him. Now Mitchell and the Jazz gonna hold on to the final. Gonna hold on for a final shot, I should say. Excuse me. Mitchell, a 3-pointer, but it does not go in. But the important thing for Utah is that they got ahead, and for Houston, they're gonna have to find a way to make whatever adjustments they may need to make, because right now they lost a 10-point lead and now they are down, albeit by 2. They're down, but not out. So Utah will start with the ball to start off the fourth quarter. And Mitchell will go to the line. And it will come at the expense of B Super. And Insane One going to try his best to, calm him down. The worst thing you could do if you're B Super is lose your temper. All right, so Conley is back in as Utah has made one shot already. And they make both at the free throw, and now Houston, now it's their turn to respond. What are they going to do? And Westbrook gets to the basket and ends the drought. I mean, if you're Utah, you have to realize that Houston is going to try to fight back, and that's what they're going to do. And Gobert, no, it rolls out. I thought for a moment that was going to go in, but Insane One tries to get it off the glass, but it does not go in. And Mitchell gets fouled by B Super again. So B Super, yep, now trying to be restrained by Westbrook. Conley trying to find an opening. He gets a three-pointer shot and a foul, a loose ball foul. So the shot is good, and I'm not sure who he fouled, but the person that Chandler fouled will go to the line for one to complete a 4-point play. I mean, this is ludicrous. I'm not talking about the rapper either. You know, it's ludicrous. And I think that's that's Bradley. Okay, but he misses that. So, but still, Westbrook. Well, this time he makes sure he slams it down. A 3-point play, or a 3-point game, I should say. Excuse me. Conley, then to Mitchell. Mitchell defended by probably one of the worst defenders, and he got it to Conley, who got himself open. A 5-point game now. Westbrook with a 3, and he gets it. Now it's a 2-point game. And now it's the Jazz who will call a timeout, and we'll see what adjustments they will make. Much like a heavyweight bout, it's gone back and forth. Although I probably should use a middleweight or lightweight bouts, because heavyweights, they usually don't last too long, unless you're like Ali and Frazier or something like that. Now B Super. Well, tried to go in, and it's out of bounds, and they managed to get the ball to go off of Bradley's leg and retain possession of the ball. I mean, that was a good heads-up play there by the Rockets to maintain possession and make a basket. So now it's 40-all. And Westbrook, of course, no surprise, has 18 points. Now Mitchell. Nope. But Gobert was right there to tip it in and retake the lead. And a mid-range shot. Nope. Bradley with the rebound. And now he gets it to Conley. Then to Ingles. Defended by B Super. Ingles. Nope. Great stop there by B Super. Gets it to Westbrook. Westbrook. Well, we'll have to go to the line for two. One down. $42 all. And Westbrook only had 5 points in the first half, so the fact that he has 15 in this half says a lot about him. And Conley gets in the open lane and retakes the lead. And now Houston will take a timeout. I think this game may very well go down to the last possession. Who knows? I thought it was going to be the same thing with the last game between Phoenix and the Clippers. But then the Clippers faltered at the finish line, and the Suns just took it from them at the end. So far, the player of the game, as voted by Jordan, well, the makers of the Jordan's shoes, that is Rudy Gobert. And why would he not be? He has more rebounds than anyone else. He's got his fair share of points. And Harden will go to the line for two, or for one, I should say, as that's an and one. And now Houston takes the lead. And Conley almost went out of went past half court there, but Mitchell comes in and he makes the shot, so now they take the lead back. 46-45. Now about 2 minutes left to go. A three-pointer, and nope, not this time. Conley gets it to Gobert, and he slams it down. Gobert, 13 points, 55% field goal percentage, and now Houston's down by 3. A three-pointer, no. Now Houston's starting to go cold, and that's not good for them. Ingles. Gobert. Then to Conley, then to Mitchell. Mitchell, I guess he's just trying to run out the clock as much as he can. Gobert, no. About 3 seconds, gotta have to get a shot off. He does. Alright, so they get the stoppage now. Now be super. Then to Chandler, then to Westbrook. And Harden, no. They don't need to foul right now. If you're Utah, you got to get a shot off here. Nope. Gobert gets it, and not only does he get an offensive rebound, he gets a bucket, and now, if you're Houston, you got to make a shot right here. They shoot it, and they do not. I'm surprised they're not going for a foul, but I guess they don't want to foul Mitchell. They want to foul somebody that can't make a three-foil. I'm surprised Houston's standing there. Mitchell with a three. No. Westbrook gets it. And what the hell are they doing? There's not much time left. Well, they get the three. But now if you're But of course, now the Jazz will call timeout just to make sure. The worst thing you could do is turn it over, and Houston gets a shot to tie or put themselves for the win. But that was a weird sequence where Houston didn't, go for a foul and try to get the ball back by, I mean, credit them for not panicking, but still. So all Utah has to do is not turn it over. They don't. And immediately they will foul. And that's what you have to do. And they foul again. Also, hey, Nicole McQueen, you're just in time for near the end of this game here. So it all comes down to this. If he makes both of them, then Utah will have iced this game. He makes one. If he makes this one, it's over. Hi, Nicole. It's over. They don't have a 4-point shot, so the Utah Jazz have just about completed the greatest upset in the playoffs. They were the 7th seed coming in against the heavily favored Houston Rockets, and yet the Rockets just underperformed. I mean, they did so well in their first game, but then in games 2 and 3, they fell apart. So when we come back for NBA again, we're going to see the Utah Jazz take on the Phoenix Suns. The Golden State Warriors taking on the Los Angeles Clippers. And hello to Izzo Drippy. What the hell? Anyway, nice to meet you. Kind of a weird name, but it's okay. Well, I've seen much worse than that. But anyway, hello, Mr. Drippy. Trying to find an open shot, and yeah, I can't even get a shot off. And the fans are letting their team know it. ISO is your clan name. Okay. Not alright, cool. So what's up, ISO? Oh. Or Mr. Drippy. Drippy was just something stupid. I don't know. But for Houston, they had the second best record in the Western Conference, and yet they get a first round exit to show for it. And for Houston, or not Houston, Utah, they go to the second round and upset the Rockets in the process. I'll tell you one thing, the Jazz are, what can I say? The Jazz did everything that they needed to do to get this game, and they got it. Performances of a lifetime by Gobert, Mitchell, Conley. They were the big three that contributed the most. And while Westbrook had 20 and Harden had 10, as you'd expect, Beast unfortunately had only 2, and unfortunately he had 3 fouls, which also didn't help the cause of the Rockets. And Insane One only had 3 points, so they definitely could have used more points from them. But of course, as I mentioned before, the big three, Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, and Rudy Gobert. Those are the guys that contributed the most. And, I mean, they each were in double digits, but it was Gobert who also had 21 rebounds. 21 rebounds! So that just goes to show that the Jazz, have star power. Whether that translates into a championship, that remains to be seen. But for this, the Rockets are eliminated. So that means that B Super and Insane One are going to be going on vacation for the rest of the NBA playoffs, but it is what it is. All right, so here are our Elite Eight. The Lakers taking on Oklahoma City. The Suns taking on the Jazz. Then in the others, we have Toronto taking on Philadelphia, and Chicago taking on Milwaukee. So definitely there's a game for each person. In the West, there's a team in each matchup, and then on the East, you have stars on either side. No, it's not much of a March Madness series. It's more, well, I mean, I guess you could say it was inspired by it, but not really. Not really, but I mean, it wasn't inspired by March Madness. It was long before that, but still. Nonetheless, though, thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. As for what I have planned next, let me check something really quick. No, I was just simply saying Elite 8, given the fact that, it's, it is a reference to the March Madness, but it's more like that. Thank you very much, Clinton, and also nice to meet you, Mr. Drippy. So I will come back. I will do something a little different. I'll have to talk to somebody I know. I'll have to, but yeah. I'm not going to mention what it is since I can't guarantee it, but one thing I can say is our next stream, next couple of streams I will be having is a UFC stream. The only thing I haven't determined is the date, as well as another Madden stream. Date still yet to be determined, and another game, which I have determined, but I haven't determined when. But do stay tuned. From all of us here, this is the Blue Toad to Ju22, signing off, and I will see you guys next time. Peace!